All right, welcome to the Bitcoin Daily Recap. This is your host, Craig LeBlanc. We've got some new tech upgrades here. I have tried to record this video 3 times now, had 2 power outages, so you have to say third time's a charm. We got a mic upgrade. This will be the 3rd time I'm talking about it. So this is the Yeti X. Wish this were a sponsor. Yeti, if you want to send us some money, just send us a blank check. We will be glad to cash it at the Bitcoin Daily, and Brad will know exactly what to do with it to boost the Bitcoin signal. So great mic, by the way, for those of you looking to create something with an easy plug and play. So if you like the volume of it all. All right, what else we got? I did want to again promote a new bestseller. I think it's going to be a bestseller. Brand new book by Napoleon Hill, just come out. All jokes aside, this is a classic book you should all read. Think and Grow Rich has been something I've read nearly every year for the past 20 years. Great foundation book. We want to talk about the things that education left out. This is definitely one of them. You'll never find a lot of this stuff in your educational journey, pre-K to PhD. So good stuff. Okay, so I am your host, Craig LeBlanc, the founder of the Bitcoin Daily Network. We have a show every day, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern on X, Spaces. Just get on your phone, swipe left, find Spaces, and type in Bitcoin, and you'll see our show every day, 8 to 10 a.m. Tune in for 8 star-studded hosted lineup that we have. I have some really gifted co-hosts that run this. And now I'm starting these videos to tell you a little bit about what they've done that day, what we got coming up the next day, and then to give you some commentary on the 8 to 10 shows. And then also I have something special for y'all today. I made a comment the other day, and I pinned it because I want y'all to comment on this post. So it's about the spirituality, or is Bitcoin spiritual? I had a question. I said, am I the only one that is experiencing a type of spiritual/religious conversion the deeper I go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole? Why is that? And I'm up to 295 comments, and I really want to hear what y'all have to say about it. I'm going to read some of the ones to start from the top. A non-Bitcoin holder, I'm right there with you, brother. And Bob Burnett, who came on our show, the mining show, a couple weeks back, he says, I think it is because you discover that an absolute truth exists. How about that? And simultaneously discover that much of what the world has presented you is a lie. Awesome comment, Bob. Bobby Shelley, anytime one genuinely seeks truth, you will find God, just like how C.S. Lewis wanted to prove God was not real. He ended up finding God and writing Mere Christianity. Heart some of these. What do you call like them? Okay. Then Lisa Huff, superstar mother. She has a great daughter. She's also a powerhouse herself. I met them at BitLuck Boom. She's the real deal. She says, Bitcoin has helped us focus on seeing the light, the hope, rather than the darkness. Wow, Lisa, what a great comment. And Bitcoin does that, because our social media right now is so focused on fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because they know that human nature, out of survival instinct, will give more attention to a threat than it will to something that's maybe more uplifting, more optimistic. That's a survival mechanism in our brain. So we just take threats and fear more seriously than we do. We take the stirring in the bush being a lion more seriously than, hey, there's some apples over here we could pick, because one's a life or death situation and the other one means we just might eat one more meal. So with all this fear, uncertainty, and doubt being pushed into our lives, into our eyeballs, through social media, through mainstream media, you get amped up on all this. The world's just going to hell in a handbasket. And so Bitcoin, to Lisa's point, has has helped me to refocus on what is good, what is truth, what is honest. Bitcoin always keeps its promises. Every 10 minutes, it just verifies another block. So great comment there, Lisa. Rosalind, the energy you use to study and understand Bitcoin extends to other aspects of life. Wow, that's a good one. Great comment there, Rosalind. And I have experienced this as well. I feel like Bitcoin has done a quality audit on my life. I have, since I've gotten more into Bitcoin, the more I study it, the more I realize how much of a solid truth it is. And then anytime you introduce truth anywhere into your life, it kind of calls BS on everything else in your life. So if you have something of high quality, it makes the poor quality things in your life kind of stand out, and maybe we should work on that. So I know for me, from my diet to my relationships to my intellectual studies, it seems like everything is getting an upgrade. It's almost like Bitcoin is forcing an upgrade. To Rosalind's points, it seems like it just extends into other parts of your life. Bitcoin Sapiens, his comment is, yes, when religious people say no, it is striking irony that they are not able to see a literal miracle from God to all humanity. Bitcoin. Yep. This really could be a miracle here. Tomer Strolite. By the way, Tomer, I need to take you up on, I have watched his The Legendary Treasure of Satoshi. If you have not watched that, like, get some alone time, some quiet time. It's such a deep, it's well written by Tomer himself. It's well produced. I forget who produced it. You can just look it up on YouTube. And Tomer himself reads it. So he had agreed to do like a 5-part series, maybe on my Sunday show, or maybe we can just do it, here on video or something. We'll come up with something. But I really want to do a 5, however many series it takes, just to kind of really pick it apart, find out what the author was thinking, and let's just expound upon everything that was. It is dense. It is super, super dense. It's like eating a bunch of red meat. So great job. Tomer Strolite, he says, same happened to me. Same happened to others I know. The spiritual uplift and recognition aspect is something I think I've explained reasonably well in The Legendary Treasure of Satoshi Nakamoto. The religious thing is still a mystery to me, or something my subscribers or ego. Wait, he said more. My subconscious or ego is unwilling to let me see. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Oh, wait, there's comments on top of comments. Let's just keep going. Like from Dallas, I think the religious thing comes about for the already religious. So conviction in BTC enhances convictions in other things, but also helps to clarify certain ideas. Tomer says, in my case, and most of those, I'm referring to the starting point on religion. His starting point was atheism. Bitcoin caused me to get closer to truth than I had ever been able to, and some of the hardest to confront rationalizations and deepest evasions melted away, leaving new paths to explore. So, to Tomer's point, and let me also see what Pastor Coin has also said. Simple bro, God is the source of objective truth. Bitcoin is a layer 2 protocol on top of God's layer 1 law of creation. Wow, that's a good one. Bitcoin is a layer 2 on top of God's protocol. That's classic. Good stuff there. Guys, y'all got to go read through these comments. It's not comical. You know how you ever watch that one reel and you just run straight to the comment section because you know it's going to be gold. This is great comments. Let me see if I can go through a few others. Let's see. It's pure truth you are coming into contact with, kind of addicting. I will agree. Am I the only one that cannot stop talking about Bitcoin and what it is? Sometimes I feel like everyone else must be looking at me like I'm a fool. I know a lot of my family members. I get all the eye rolls from my children. Speaking of eyes, I got my new glasses. What do y'all think? They took forever to come in. Thank you for the young lady that helped me pick these out. Couldn't have done it without her. If you don't like them, well, that's her fault. But if you do, that's also her fault. So appreciate that. Okay. The old Taylor, yeah, because Bitcoin being tied to the laws of the universe, physics, mathematics, through proof of work, is the stuff of God our Father, who is co-eternal with such laws. Man, that's pretty deep. Man, I'll tell you, these Bitcoiners, they just have such a way with words. So great job. I like that one. She's got 37 likes. Let me see the old Taylor. Make sure. Yep, I am following her. I'm just now getting the old Taylor. Must be the old Taylor Swift. I really doubt this is the old Taylor. So the Village Idiot says, no, you are not the only one. It's because Bitcoin is built in reverence and respect for truth. Man, he's just laying it down. Once we recognize that truth is indeed objective, unyielding, and eternal, we find ourselves capable of submitting to it. What is truth? Creation itself, the rules, God. Man, you know what? I could just read these. I don't need to come up with any more commentary. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Evan, my man, Captain Sid, I will be joining him in Thailand at some point. I had a great conversation with him today in my run through the park. He caught me middle of a workout. By the way, for those of you that want to get in shape mentally, spiritually, and physically, listen to the Bitcoin Daily Show for 2 hours, 8 to 10. During the show, run the whole time or go through a walk in the park. I do it every single morning, and it has been the best daily habit. I get good community. I get really good content. My mind gets challenged in so many directions. I'm out in nature, and I'm getting exercise. And for me, that's 7 to 9 a.m. So if you can do that, what a great habit if you can swing it. Evan, let's see, refocusing on what's important. All the noise falls away. You can see the truth and only that. Wow, this is another good one. Be like the Village Idiot. She's definitely not the Village Idiot. Okay, Red Tail Hawk. I'm not going to be able to go through all these, so I just want to hit a few of them and get the juices flowing. You are most definitely not alone in this. Let's see, John K. Vallis, Eric Kaysen. I feel like I should know who these people are because I'm a Bitcoiner and these are probably like OGs. They both talk about this pattern a lot. I wrote about this pattern in my December-January article, Time in Bitcoin. In a nutshell, Maslow hierarchy of needs, well explained. Let's see, make sure I'm following him. Guys, these Bitcoiners are, you know what? Let me just pause here for a second. As a nation state, if Bitcoin were a nation, I think David Bailey gave a great post on this quite a while back now. But he says if Bitcoin was a nation, it's got the highest concentration of coders, highest concentration of millionaires, highest concentration. He said it's well, when I see, and I guess to his point, when I see the Bitcoin community, how their families are, they're having babies, they're intellectuals, they're constant learners, they're value creators, they're entrepreneurial. It is going to be a formidable population to deal with. And I think that's why you see the politics starting to lean into them a little bit more, because you definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of this one. Okay. Let's see. Got a couple more. Bad Dog says, when you seek truth, it's inevitable. You will have to confront who God is. Let's see. Got another one. Scott Dettles. There's an energy in the air, the notion that something even bigger than a monetary revolution is underway. A new golden age of reason, craftsmanship, and culture. A radical transformation. Oh, wait, I got to finish reading this. Holy cow. All right. A guy named Scott Dettles wrote quite a paragraph that I think is pretty good. So I'm going to read it and see what y'all think. Do a little commentary on it. He says, there is an energy in the air, the notion that something even bigger than a monetary revolution is underway, a new golden age of reason, craftsmanship, and culture, a radical transformation of consciousness and hyper-Bitcoinization. Taoists have understood for millennia that the ideal way of life is harmony with the underlying energy that creates and connects all things. Everything is connected by energy, everything except our modern fiat money. Money is a sense of making apparatus, a tool we use to understand our reality. In severing money from energy, we have all been adopted into a sense-making system with no ties to physical reality. The physical world is a co-creation that results from the collective realization, our individual inner worlds. Wow. And he keeps going. All right. I'm definitely going to like this guy. And then he's also got, it looks like he wrote a book. Okay. Let me dig into that. This might be something I want to help promote. So Scott, great comment. Okay. So obviously I cannot read all of them, but just wanted to share a few of those with y'all and encourage y'all to go onto my profile and please leave me what your take on this is, because I want to dig a little deeper and it just gives me good food for thought, good content. I want to speak about this tomorrow on my morning show, which is the Philosophy Sunday, 8 to 10 a.m. on the Bitcoin Daily. I'll give you a little quick rundown. We have a show every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. I kick it off if Sunday's the first day, 8 to 10 a.m. we do Philosophy Sunday, where we talk about man's thirst and yearning for truth and how Bitcoin speaks to that yearning. And actually, the main reason we started the show was because the philosophers in us always hijacked the other shows, so we had to give it an outlet to talk. So we created the show just around philosophy and Bitcoin. Monday, Kendall runs a great show. She's the queen of meetups. And so if you are who you hang around, you need to go hang around some Bitcoiners, because those are some awesome people. They got their stuff together. They're value creators, entrepreneurial, they're intellectuals. You definitely want these people on your team and influencing you in your life. So Kendall talks all about meetup. Then we have meetup, kind of like a virtual online meetup towards the end of the show. She does a fantastic job. And if you find yourself here in Louisiana, please attend. We have weekly meetups in 3 cities: Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. Baton Rouge every Tuesday, every Wednesday in New Orleans, and in Lafayette every Thursday. So no excuse if you're coming through or living in South Louisiana not to make an in-person Bitcoin meetup. I will be at all of those for the foreseeable future until I go see Evan in Thailand. Then we have our Content Creator Tuesday. What am I doing right now? Creating content for the Bitcoin community. And there are many others just like me doing the same, whether they're writing books, making little short films. We have comedians that have come on. We have app developers. Founder of Zeus came on our show. BT Cosmonaut is one of the founding members of the Bitcoin Daily show. And his show is the Tuesday show. He gets a lot of content creators on there. It's a remarkable show. And he really has set the standard for all the other shows. So great job. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. He was sick last week. So hopefully he gets better. On Wednesday, so we decided to do a 101 show. And that is probably the hardest show to do. Can you imagine explaining Bitcoin at a 5th grade level? It is super challenging. And thank God, Surfer Jim and Carl held that torch for quite a while. And then we found Deanna and Joel, her husband. And this is a couple that have dedicated their life to education, PhD level educators that have been fighting the good fight in education. And they have taken up the torch, and they put on an amazing show, not just about Bitcoin, but also about what is money, the history of money. These are some giant intellectuals. So I'm honored to have them as hosts on the Bitcoin Daily for the Wednesday 101. Don't miss it. It's amazing. Thursday, near and dear to my heart. This is Macro, also a co-founder of the Bitcoin Daily. He is a engineer in the nuclear, grid-scale nuclear electrical industry. He's a very engineer-minded. The show is very engineer-minded. If you have some male that's kind of gear-driven up here, whether he's an electrician, engineer of any type, someone that likes the physical world of Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin mining. The Thursday show is about electricity, about grid scale production of electricity. As we know, where there's abundant electricity, there is flourishing in humanity. And Bitcoin mining is going to monetize these assets that make electricity quicker than anything else we've ever discovered. So a lot of good stuff going on there. Friday, one of my most favorite shows, one of our newer shows, Tracy and Hector have just made the 3-month anniversary for Bitcoin is Life. And Tracy and Hector have this way of going find some of the best speakers I've ever heard. People that have dedicated their whole life to Bitcoin, and whether it's connecting veterans to Bitcoin, or like Evan, who is taking people to Thailand and having these out of country experiences that really help reshape the way they think, or whether it's Texas Slim, who's founder of the Beef Initiative, and really highlights all the threats that our food supply has and what he's doing to stop it. These are some great Bitcoiners that are amazing. Tracy and Hector, they have such depth. And I told Tracy the other day, she is like our eternal, she has the curiosity of a child. And I begged her, please never lose that, because she goes so deep on the topics with these people. And she really has a gift there. And Hector, her co-host, is this man just cannot be shaken. He's got such depth of knowledge in Bitcoin. So don't miss those two. They're a great pair, and they host a great show every Friday. Today, Saturday, is our Wall Street analysis, our TradFi, our institutional money. If any of those topics, we have 2 Wall Street analysts, Frank and Mark, and TJ, a CFO accountant, runs the show. They do a great job of just picking apart the latest news and all this traditional finance and money and finance power. And that brings us back to our Sunday show, which is tomorrow at the Bitcoin Daily. So that's our lineup. As I said before, please go on to check on my profile, go to the top. Please leave a comment on, what are your thoughts around, is Bitcoin spiritual? Why is that? See if you can put your finger on it, because this really is kind of taking me aback. I did not expect. I expected to come in here and make some money, preserve my wealth. I did not expect everything else that comes along, not just with Bitcoin, but with the Bitcoin community, with the Bitcoin spirit, the Bitcoin ethos. It's got such a depth that it's taken me back a little bit. So anyway, I am Craig LeBlanc, the doorman, founder of the Bitcoin Daily Network, your host on the Sunday show, one of the many hosts working hard to bring you great content on X 8 to 10. And they are uploading this to podcast. I should have more information around that. We're also going to be hosting a big party up in Nashville. So please come and see us. We'll be there. All the hosts will be there. Can't wait to meet y'all in person. Y'all have an awesome weekend, and please join us tomorrow. And I am signing out. So let's go stack some sats.